What's up guys, Xbox Mod 360 here, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you guys something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and that's a review on an Xbox One console skin. It's a gold one and it's made by XtremeSkins. And along with that review, I'm also going to be kind of doing an unboxing slash installation. It's not going to be really that in-depth, and I'm probably going to end up speeding through most of the installation, but I'm going to start with what comes in the package that you get. I paid about $25 for this right here. And I got this off of Amazon UK, so I'm going to give you guys a link down below. There may be US sellers as well, I'm not sure. That's just the link that I used to purchase it, so the shipping time is a little bit longer than a normal US product. So like I mentioned, I did get the gold color, and that's something I was very excited about because I do like gold everything pretty much, and my console was very scratched up, so I definitely did need a skin. You get this piece of paper right here, says XtremeSkins, has some info about a discount, who you can contact for support, stuff like that. That's not really instructions, but it does have a link on there to instructional videos online. You get this little fast aid protective wipes. These are the wipes that you would use to wipe down your console before you do put on this skin. It's kind of like, I'd imagine it's kind of like an alcohol pad. I don't really need this because I've already wiped down my console thoroughly, so I'm probably not going to end up using that, but it's definitely there to use, and I would suggest it if you haven't cleaned your console yet. And this right here is kind of just like a receipt, kind of like order details. That's not an instruction manual. This doesn't really come with any written instructions. You will have to look up their online instructional videos. I have already looked those up, and they are pretty informative and straightforward. So onto the skin itself, what you're seeing right here is kind of some thinner trim pieces. This next sheet I'm taking out right here appears to be more medium-sized pieces, little strips like that, and this one right here is kind of the bigger pieces, the front of the console and the top of the console. Right there you can see there's little holes where the on button would be and the little part that says Xbox on the top of the console. Now, one thing I would like to note before I begin is that this does not include the bottom or the back of your console. That's something I really didn't mind. I was more just going for a very good rich gold color, something that really looked like good gold. And this is just what I used to clean off my console, just a towel with a little rubbing alcohol or water, just anything that's not an abundance of water so that it's going to destroy your console, just maybe a little bit of dampness, and keep the other half of the towel dry so you can dry it off. Just get off any grime or any little spots or specks on there, and like I said, use that wipe that it comes with as well. I'm not using it here, but I would definitely suggest that you guys use it. And you guys see me doing the left part right here, but not the other part that covers the top of the fan, because no skin really goes over that part. I mean, I probably will wipe it down just to get some dust off of it, but you basically want to wipe down any area that these skins are going to go over. The other areas don't really matter as much. You're just kind of trying to make a clean surface for the skin to apply to. So once you've wiped down those surfaces, you can begin the installation, and the installation is pretty straightforward. You can just start with, I'm going to start with the bigger pieces of the skin, the top and the front of the console. You basically just begin to peel it off from the white paper. Start at one of the corners and try to avoid touching the bottom, the sticky part, as much as possible. That way it can retain its stickiness. And I actually made a little mistake here. One thing you're going to want to do before you do this is you're going to want to pull out the little part on this decal where the Xbox logo, the little word that says Xbox with the Xbox logo goes. It's right here, and you just want to pull out the little inserts where that's going to go. On the skin that goes on the top of the console, there's two, one that's circular and one that's rectangular, and they're right next to each other. And then on the piece that goes on the front right side of the console, there's one circular, one for the power LED. That's the little Xbox logo on the front of the console that lights up when your system is on, and I'm pretty sure those are the only two on this skin. The rest you just pull the skin off and put it on. So as you can see, I'm pulling it off here, avoiding to touch the bottom as much as possible. And once I have it off, I'm going to kind of try to find two corners, and I usually start with the bottom one. That way I can line up the little inserts with the part that says Xbox, but you're going to line it up with two of the corners usually. And this is the part of the installation that you're going to want to put the most time and effort into. You're going to want to be very cautious when doing this and line up the corners perfect before you put the whole skin on. And as you guys can see, I'm not doing the best job here. It is taking me a couple of tries because I'm not very good at lining these up. I'm always awful with these skins, but I probably will get it to look good in the very end. So be a little more cautious than I am right here, because as you guys can see, I kind of stuck it on there and kind of let it get sticky with the console before it was lined up perfectly, so I had to rip it off a couple times. And when I say rip, that sounds a little violent. It's not like it's going to destroy it or anything like that. You're really just kind of pulling it off and replacing it, and you are able to do this without destroying the skin, but don't do it too many times. You're probably going to want to start with the bottom half, the bottom two corners, and that little Xbox logo. And once you have those bottom two corners and the whole, the little bit of the bottom part that you're doing stuck on there good and it's lined up perfectly, you're then going to kind of slowly work your way up further and further. And as you're working your way up to the top, you're going to kind of use your thumb or a finger to work out any bubbles or any little folds to get the perfect flat application. And you're going to kind of also mind the edges to make sure you're going perfectly in line and that it's going on there perfectly. And make sure you're using your thumb or your finger, not the fingernail. You want to avoid any possible chance of scratching this, although the skin does seem to be made out of pretty scratch-resistant material, but you just want to avoid the chance because some people do have very sharp fingernails. So as you can see, I got that one perfectly installed. It does take a little time, but once you do it, it's completely worth it because it is on there now forever unless you do ever choose to peel it off, but it is on there pretty good. It's not going to come off accidentally. I mean, at least I don't think it is. Looking by my first inspection, it does look to be on there pretty good and the quality does seem pretty good. I don't think it's going to come off on its own. And don't worry if you create any little smudges on the gold while you're doing this because the smudges come right off. They're not like scratches or anything like that. Now I am going to speed through the rest of the installation for you guys because like I said, this does take a little bit of time. You are going to want to take your time to ensure a perfect installation, and this did end up taking me about 20 minutes to fully install. Like I mentioned earlier, I got this off of Amazon UK for $25, and if you guys do look on eBay, there are some cheaper alternatives. Some of them are from China and others are from the US. I went with this one because this is the one that my friend has. It's made by XtremeSkins, and I did like the gold coloring of his. With most of the ones that you see, and even on other sites, even like the one that I bought right here, they just include stock photos. They don't really give you a good idea of what the gold coloring looks like in the light and in different light levels, so I went with this one because I already had a friend who had this one and I knew exactly what it looked like and I thought it looked great. I do a lot of buying and selling of Xbox consoles, and a little tip I can give you guys is that if you have a system that's very scratched up and you want to get a good amount of money for it, invest in a skin. Invest in a good looking skin like a gold one, a chrome one, a wood tone one, any good looking skin. Put that on it, you won't be able to see the scratches at all, and you'll also catch people's eye a lot better. I know when I'm going through various listings of consoles that I'm maybe thinking about purchasing and I see just a bunch of plain black ones and then I see one that's platinum or one that's gold and it's priced at the same as the other ones. I mean, even if I don't initially buy it, I definitely do click on those because they do pique my interest and I do want to check those out. So there are just some words of wisdom for you guys if any of you are planning on selling your very scratched up Xbox One consoles. But anyways, as you can see, I have the installation complete, and this one little piece that I'm showing you guys right here, it actually has 3 little pieces of the skin on it, and I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. I took 5 minutes, and I ended up figuring out it's for the Kinect, which I don't use, so that doesn't really apply here. As you can see, that thin little plastic I just showed you, I actually discovered that this skin has a layer of thin, clear plastic that you actually remove once completed. So that's something I found nice. I didn't realize that they did that. I guess it's kind of like a protective coating for while you're installing it, so you don't really scratch it up too much. As you can see here, I'm going to try to do a good close-up for you guys. I noticed it when I looked at one of the corners of part of the skin. I saw that it was kind of peeling, and I thought that it looked bad at first, but then I realized it's actually just a little clear coat of very thin plastic that just protects the skin during installation. And I mean, I didn't see it in the instructions, but it definitely seems like it's supposed to be removed. Hopefully I'm not doing something wrong here. I'm 99% positive that you're supposed to remove that after installation, otherwise it wouldn't be coming off so easy and peeling like that. It seems like the exact type of thing that you get on a lot of new electronics, so the screen will have a very, very thin coat of plastic like that you peel off that just protects the screen until you're ready to actually either begin using it or at least put a screen protector on it. So yeah, I'm almost positive that that's supposed to be removed. It's on every part of the skin. Each little panel has its own little plastic sheet like that, and I've already gone ahead and removed them all from this one besides the one that I just showed you guys. I also noticed that once I removed that little clear layer of protective plastic, the gold color looked a lot richer and shinier. It just looked a lot better. And I'm going to take the camera off of the tripod right now to give you guys some better looks at this at different angles. The gold color looks really good. It's exactly the look I was going for. It just looks very authentic, the way it doesn't look exactly perfect and flat. It kind of has its little like imperfections kind of. I wouldn't call them imperfections, just kind of the whole grain of it. It just looks a lot like actual gold. And I'm going to show you guys in some lower light levels as well what this looks like. It's really hard to tell on the camera. It looks 100 times better in person, let me tell you. And I'm going to try to give you guys some pictures that I'm going to take with my phone as well, because it's just really hard with the lighting levels on this camera to really capture that good gold color. I think the gold and the black make a perfect combination. It's kind of like a gold and carbon effect. I mean, it doesn't really look like carbon, but it just looks really, really good. And here's another really good shot that I was able to take. It looks even better than it looks on the camera. So I would definitely, if you're interested in having a gold console, I would definitely suggest getting this skin. And one thing that I wanted to show you guys, I'm going to try to kind of zoom in, is that when you kind of touch the skin with your fingers, the little oils on your fingers kind of like leave a little smudge. That's nothing to like worry about. That wipes right off. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I just wanted to point that out to you guys, and I'm going to kind of get into the reviewing aspect of this now. And while I review it, I'm going to try to put up some images on the screen of pictures I've taken with my phone in various lighting levels. As far as price goes, this is a little bit on the higher end for skins. It's a little bit above average at $25, and that's converted from pounds. I believe it came up to like 17 pounds, so the conversion rates may change. It may be a little more, it may be a little less, but about $25 is what you pay. It's made by XtremeSkins, like I mentioned earlier in the video. They make skins for a whole bunch of different things. And to give you guys a better idea of what this console looks like in different lighting levels, I'm going to show you guys some pictures I took in different levels of light, what the gold effect really looks like. It's not really a rose gold, it's definitely not a brush gold, it's more of a pure gold color, like how you'd imagine a golden bar to look like a 24 karat gold bar. And like I said, one of my friends actually had this on his console, so that's what I had for reference. That's what helped me pick out this specific brand. And overall, it was a very good experience. The installation was pretty straightforward. I would have liked to seen a set of paper instructions instead of just giving you a link to look it up. I would have liked to see maybe, or at least some labeling, like paper instructions that tell you what part goes where. I mean, it wasn't all that difficult to figure it out myself, but it definitely would have saved me some time if I had a little diagram that told me which strips go on which part of the console, instead of me having to hold it up to the console and kind of measure it out and see which ones go where. But that wasn't really a major issue for me. That wasn't even really an issue at all. It just did take me a little extra time to install. As far as scratching goes and stuff like that, I haven't gotten any scratches on the skin yet, so, you know, fingers crossed that that holds up, but so far so good. Adhesion's good too. I haven't noticed any peeling on the corners yet, so everything seems to be pretty good. I mean, if you're somebody who's taking your console back and forth between homes every other day, then you may get some light scratches on the skin, and that's expected with any skin, really. But overall, this is a very well-made product. It's definitely not cheap or cheesy in any way like that, and I'd give it a rating of about maybe an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. There's not really many problems I have with this. I mean, labeling and maybe better instructions is the only issue I have with it. Overall, it's a good product. I love the color it gives. It's definitely the exact shade of gold I was looking for, so if you guys are looking for a good gold skin for your Xbox One console, I would definitely give this one a try. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up my review and installation of the gold Xbox One skin by XtremeSkins. If you found this review helpful or informative in any way at all, hit that like button below, and if you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button for more amazing reviews just like this. And as always, guys, thank you for watching from Xbox Mod 360.